Wow. The card is out. Well, he can pretty much take his pick. He might as well book every single one of them because pretty much everybody was involved in that touchline fracas.
Well, if this ball ends up in the back of the net, Senegal will feel quite rightly that they've been robbed. Disallowed a goal just a few minutes earlier. Hakimi goes to ground. Abdoulaye Seck is penalised. Would you believe it? Well, you would. I mean, we've seen everything in this game, haven't we, over the years? Hand on the shoulder, stroke neck, no doubt about it. But as I said, Ibrahim Diaz is desperate to go to ground. Any opportunity to flop to the ground is what modern players do. And the referee, of course, has been spoken to in his ear, in a way he's been bullied into going to the monitor. And once he got there, I was sure that he was going to point to the spot. Yeah, and he's looking to book anybody now in a green shirt.
Not gone back to the dressing room to join his teammates. He has stayed out there. And who knows what happens from here. I have absolutely no idea what happens from this point. It is so unprecedented.
Well, can you take the penalty without the goalkeeper? I don't know what the rules say on that, you know.
Well, Mane will have to go in goal at this rate, because Edouard Mendy is back in the sanctuary of the dressing room. Well, let's bring in the guys in the studio, because this is like something we've never seen before. We're really interested to get the views of Hassan Kashlul and John Obi Mikel. Guys, what's your reading of what we're seeing here?
Yeah, thanks very much, Paul. There's been a heated debate in the studio, as you can expect, and probably around Africa and world football in general. Fans would never really have seen scenes like this before, unprecedented. It has descended into utter chaos, and it has been heated in the studio as well. Let's start with you, Hassan, because you are representing Morocco. You've seen a goal disallowed at one end.
Yes.
And then you have seen a penalty awarded, and now we've seen the entire Senegal side, encouraged by their coach Pape Thiaw, to go back into the dressing room.
Yes. I completely understand the reaction of the Senegalese players. What I would say is the first goal from Senegal, in my own point of view, is valid. Achraf Hakimi fall on the floor. That's very light. And this goal should have been allowed, or at least verified on the VAR. But I do think that the goal is valuable. Now, I do think as well that there is a penalty on Brahim Diaz. I don't think if you hold the player by the neck in the 95th minute or whenever it is, there is a penalty. And as I said, justification to Mikel, too wrong doesn't make it right. You can't balance. There's a wrong decision at the beginning, but making a wrong decision at the beginning doesn't mean you can't allow the penalty for Morocco, because there is a clear fault. Now, what the scene we're seeing now are really sad. Nobody is winning. African football is not winning. And to end up a competition like this with the team walking out, I understand they're very upset. But to see these scenes, I think everybody is a loser.
Yeah, but I just think the decision is totally wrong. For me, what we've seen here, the fantastic football, fantastic tournament we've seen, is just been ruined by this decision. For me, I think it's an awful decision from this referee. For me, the first goal, which was Senegalese goal, should have stood. It was there was no foul on Hakimi. He went down way too easily. And then 2 minutes later, you give that such penalty. For me, it's absolutely disgraceful decision from the referee. And I can understand their frustration, because if you disallowed such a goal earlier on, and then you go back 2 minutes later and give a penalty to the Moroccans, for me, it's just ridiculous. I understand their frustration, but walking off the pitch is what I don't want to see. For African football, it's just a shameful end to this fantastic tournament. I don't know where we'll go from here, but this has just put a sad end to this wonderful tournament. I think they're going to go on. They should go on. Whatever happens from here, I don't know who's the winner. I absolutely don't know who's the winner. From what has happened 2 days earlier, for them not providing security, inadequate accommodation, inadequate facilities to train, all those has just complicated all this decision that's happening here. The frustration is here. I just don't think it's right.
Referee Jean-Jacques Ndala has made a big decision. Firstly, to deny Senegal a goal. 5 minutes later, to award Morocco a penalty. That's the reason you are seeing these scenes. We're going to send you back to our commentary team now as we wait to figure out how this AFCON final will end.
Well, Edouard Mendy is back out. He's been carded. That's the least of his concerns, I'm sure. Scenes that we have never seen before unfolding in front of our eyes here. I don't know who the peacemaker was who has managed to persuade Senegal to come back out. They have come back out.
They had to, really. They had to. There was no way that they could leave things as they were.
But the guys are right. I mean, you know, John Obi Mikel put it brilliantly. This is a shameful end to what's been a wonderful tournament and ruined.
It is, unfortunately. The penalty has to be taken, of course, to be scored, missed or saved. Mendy has a chance to make himself a hero and take us to extra time. And Brahim Diaz has the opportunity to make himself a proper Moroccan national hero.
And Brahim Diaz, who has been...
The referee should leave him alone. We don't need to see the referee. The referee should leave Mendy all alone.
Brahim Diaz, who has sparkled throughout this tournament. The tournament's top scorer. But the chance